Amazingly young community. 50% of our population is between 19 and 30, so it's very energetic. I like watching the young people come into town each year, and they're excited by seeing the snowfall and know that winter's coming and all the great things they can do here. So that's definitely part of what makes us so unique. Even before sustainability and those words were sort of spoken, some people made some very, very critical decisions, and they understood that you had these two fantastic mountains side by side that we could build an all-pedestrian village at the base of them. The idea of putting a valley trail from end to end that you can walk, you can hike, you can ski, place to place. It has this really fun, active village core. It's all pedestrian, and yet there's a real community that back ends all that, that we have Girl Guides and Boy Scouts and hockey teams and all the things that make a community real. If you've never been to Whistler, we're just north of Vancouver. Half that trip you follow a fjord that takes you into Howe Sounds, which is a spectacular drive just in itself, and then you start to meander into the mountains. We're in the coastal range. We have tremendous glaciers. We're surrounded by a provincial park, large mountains, large vertical relief. There's probably 5,000–6,000 vertical feet of relief between the top peaks on our valley floor. And we have 5 lakes in the valley, which is also very unique. So we have this transition between winter and summer that come April, May, we're playing golf in the valley and half the mountain's still open. So it's quite humorous to be in the village and people are riding bikes and carrying skis and snowboards and golf clubs, and it's a pretty amazing time of year to be here. When I arrived in '76, there was about 500 people that lived here permanently. And this concept of building this resort community emerged from the mid-'70s, and construction started in the '80s. And we had just this exponential growth from the late '80s to the mid-'90s. We were the fastest growing community in Canada, 12% a year. We've always had this vision of how big we wanted to be and this cap on ourselves. Now what we're working on is how do we preserve and sustain the community of the size we've chosen it to be, which is still very large, one of the larger mountain resort communities in the world.